Hey guys, OJ Albina here, bringing you guys our GDL Season 1 Week 1 Team Builder, where we'll be going up against Monotui and his Baltimore Orbeetles. Very cool dude, definitely go check him out in the description below. I'm sure you know who he is though, if you're here for some reason. But nonetheless, him and all the other coaches will be in the description below and all that good stuff. But I did kind of want to go back to, our academy type builds, team builder videos or IBL if you're around for that and stuff like that. I really do enjoy the team building aspect of Mons, so I kind of want to showcase that. But I kind of want to keep them separate from the battles because I know a 40-minute video of battle plus team building can be a little bit much to watch at once. So this is for the people that enjoy the team building aspect and want to see what I'm going to bring and all that stuff, while keeping the battle separate, which will be going up tomorrow, obviously. But yeah, let's just jump right into the matchup, though. I do want to jump right in, try and make this as quick as possible to just get it over with and all that stuff. Don't want to drag it on too long. But our team, if you can forget, consists of Gengar, Cinderace, Rotom-Mow, Araquanid, Avalugg, Dynamax, not Gigantamax, but Dynamax, Togekiss, Galarian, Stunfisk, Haxorus, and Scrafty. While our opponent's team, as you can see on the screen, consists of Dracovish, Weezing, Galarian Weezing, Scorch, what the heck? Scorch, Rhyperior, Espeon, Voltund, Dusclops, Ferrothorn, Pelipper, and a Dynamax Butterfree. Again, not Gigantamax, but Dynamax, which makes it an actual huge set this game, but we'll talk about that as we get into it. But yeah, going into the matchup, Dracovish is terrifying. Don't really have great pivots into that thing. The Butterfree, if it gets out of hand, it gets out of hand. Like, things are looking pretty tough for me if that thing gets out of hand. Which you definitely can with the combinations like, Compound Ice, Sleep Powders, and stuff like that. But I think we have the pieces in order to win the game. We're bringing a pretty cool team here and all that good stuff. But yeah, let's just jump right into our first model, which, as you can see on the front of your screen, is going to be Cinderace, rocking out with the heavy-duty boots, Blaze ability, Pyro Ball, U-Turn, Sucker Punch, and Taunt with 140 HP, 172 attack, 4 defense, 4 speed def, and 188 speed with a Jolly Nature. Now, this Cinderace, it is creeping a max speed Espeon so that we always outspeed that guy. And then our HP investment is very in particular. We have 140 plus the 4 speed def. Actually always allows us to live a +1 hit from Butterfree from full HP, which obviously we don't have to worry about hazards because we are heavy-duty boots. I think that's really nice in this game in case he does end up getting up rocks and spikes and stuff like that with Ferrothorn. There's a pretty free pivot into that thing. And we can throw off big Pyro Balls, U-turns, Sucker Punches, Taunts. Sucker Punch is obviously nice for like a Scarf Espeon. It's nice for a weakened Butterfree. Stuff like that. It gives us a hit to actually do damage to Dracovish and all that good stuff. Pyro Ball, other than Dracovish, is pretty spammable versus my opponent's team. They have the Pelipper too, I guess, which is potentially annoying. Potentially really annoying, to be completely honest. But we force a lot of U-turns. We get a lot of momentum with this thing, which is honestly the main goal I really want with this. So yeah, that's going to be Cinderace this time around. We also have Taunt for just slower threats like the Butterfree, the Ferrothorn, in case he wants to feel a little extra crazy. Like if he's like Akka and Rain, he wants to stay in. We can stop a Weezing from defogging away our own rocks, stuff like that. So I think Cinderace is going to prove as an effective pivot this game. It's not necessarily going to just come in, click buttons, and claim a kill every time. But its job is to get in this mon that comes in, clicks button, kills something pretty much every time, which is going to be our Gengar. Gengar's rocking out with the Choice Spec Set, Curse Body ability, obviously, Shadow Ball, Sludge Wave, Focus Blast, Destiny Bond, Max Special Attack, Max Speed, and then 4 left over in Speed Def. Or Max, obviously, to tie the Espeon. On our Cinderace, I also didn't, really creep any creeps, because I could definitely see him running Max Speed Espeon just to at least risk the tie with our Gengar if he's not Scarf. So I figured it's just safer to go Max Speed on this. I'm not really gaining much bulk otherwise anyways. A Gengar is still a Gengar. It's not the, bulkiest thing in the world. But if you look at my opponent's team, he has no Ghost Resist at all. So Spec Shadow Ball, 2-hit KO is literally everything on the build. Opo's a lot, but 2-hit KO is literally everything. So if we get Cinderace in, we're clicking a button and something's dropping, which is, if we U-turn out on the Dracovish with Cinderace, we're clicking a button and something's dropping, which is obviously super, super clean for us. This thing, every time it gets a free switch, it's forcing my opponent to kind of pick one. In a sense, it's good because it also gives me something to break through that Dusclops, which actually I'm not overly prepared for otherwise. So I think that's really nice for Gengar to do that. We also have Sludge Wave for coverage. Allows us to definitely Oko that Galarian Weezing most of the time, unless he's Max Spinef or he has a Kabir or something like that. But even then, it's not going to be Okoing us in one hit. It's mostly for that. And then we have Focus Blast if we really, really need to hit that Ferrothorn and knock it out. That's for that. But Shadow Ball's going to 2-hit KO us for anything. so it should be okay. Actually, I think it might even do a KOs for death. I don't remember that calc off the top of my head. But it's going to be good nonetheless. I really like this as a breaker, this game. Not necessarily going to be sweeping or anything like that, but kind of chipping things down into our eventual win cons, which we do have two this week. The first of which being our Dynamax captain and Kingler, rocking out with the Reno Berry, Sheer Force ability. We're double dance set with Liquidation and Brick Break, 84 HP, 196 attack, and 228 speed with an Adamant Nature. Now we're speed creeping Butterfree, creeping our Scrafty. That's the most likely thing he would be creeping on our team. So we're able to go Adamant for that, which is obviously super clean. Kingler really does appreciate that Adamant Nature in this game. Because if we get up in Agility and we get up a Swords Dance, things are looking tough for my opponent. If he's not Chople Ferrothorn at +2, we do a lot with Brick Break. I didn't go Superpower because I really don't want that defense drop and I really don't want that attack drop. It's going to be something that really cuts our sweet short. But in our Dynamax form, we'll obviously get +1, so we can potentially get up to +2 speed and then get +3 attack, +4, and start compounding like that. At that point, it's kind of just impossible to pivot around this thing. Once we get Chip on Dracovish, and we get up Rocks for Pelipper, we can potentially Oko a Pelipper in rain with a +2 Liquidation, depending on his spread, which is obviously super clean for us. We are going to have to chip the Dracovish into range of like a +2 fighting move, whether it be Brick Break or the Max Knuckle, just because it is a 4x water resist, which isn't as nice for us. But we can potentially set up on a few things. We have Reno Berry to potentially set up on the Ferrothorn. If he wants to switch out of something, go hard into Ferrothorn. We'll be able to get +2/+2 and then kind of go from there, which is obviously super dope. We do want to scout for that thing's item and make sure that it is not Chople Berry, because once we get all boosted up, things are looking pretty nice for us. We also have enough HP to guarantee live a +1 Life Orb Power Whip from Center Scorch, which is obviously super nice. I don't think he's necessarily going to be Life Orb, but I figured it was a nice number to hit. We didn't have to sacrifice too much attack or anything like that. Otherwise, didn't really make any difference in rolls. And then we just do the rest into attack. I really do think this thing can win late game if we position ourselves correctly. So hopefully we can get through with that. It'd be really cool to see a Kingler sweep week 1. Next up, we have our Galarian Stunfisk, rocking out the Lumberry Mimicry ability, Stealth Rock, Stone Edge, Earthquake, and Sucker Punch. 244 HP, 28 attack, 20 defense, 148 special defense, and 32 speed with a Careful Nature. Now this is going to be our main pivot into the Butterfree. We have enough attack to guaranteed Oko max HP Dynamax Butterfree, so double HP, and if he's max HP investment, Stone Edge actually always Okos that thing, which is pretty cool. Not gonna lie, I actually really do like that. We're not 2 KO by +1 max Modest Butterfree, so he's max special attack Modest. Tinted Lens, we actually, I think, do live the hit. I think it's Tinted Lens. I hope I calced for Tinted Lens, and I didn't calc for Compound Eyes in that sense. We'll see, though. We'll see. We'll definitely eat 1 +1 hit from this thing, no matter what. We have enough speed to outspeed No Speed Rhyperior, which is obviously really nice too. If we can potentially outspeed that thing while it's weakened, maybe with an Earthquake, it's not going to do too much to it, but it could come up clutch in some situation. That obviously be super nice. And then we just do the rest in defense, just a little bit of extra defense investment to potentially live some type of physical hit, maybe like a Center Scorch Power, not Power Whip, Fire Lash from full, something like that. Where we check Voltron very well as well. Even if it is Fire Fang, I think we actually avoid the 2 KO, which is obviously super dope. So yeah, that's going to be Stunfisk. Does pretty well this game in checking the Butterfree, and obviously we have the Lumberry in order to stop him from compounding those boosts with Sleep Powder. Say he gets +1, we go switch, we go out into Stunfisk, and he tries to put us to sleep to get to like +3, +4, stuff like that. We'll obviously wake up, we'll knock him out with the Stone Edge, which is obviously super dope. Next up, we have Avalugg, also rocking out with the heavy duty boots. Own Tempo ability, because Sturdy is unfortunately not released in Sword and Shield up to this point, which is awful, but nonetheless, Own Tempo is fine. We'll get by, we'll make do. We have Avalanche, Body Press, Recover, and Rapid Spin. Max HP, max defense. We need to be max defense, unfortunately. This is going to be our Dracovish check. I could have brought in Water Absorb Araquanid, but I didn't. I didn't really like Araquanid this game. I didn't really see the. I didn't really want to bring webs. Now that I'm thinking back, maybe I should have brought Araquanid as like my Vish check and been like Water Absorb. But at that point, if he's sub Vish, he can also potentially just sub all over us. It's iffy. I do like Avalugg mostly because of the spin support as well. He has a lot of hazards. And while I do have 2 heavy duty boot spawns, I don't want Haxorus in the back taking a lot of chip damage. I don't want Kingler taking that chip damage. So if we get off a Rapid Spin, that's obviously dope. And Avalanche was Body Press, does a lot to his team. It's actually really annoying for him to deal with. Sentinel Scourge could potentially be a problem for this thing. It actually sets up all over us, but we can always outspeed that thing with like a Specs Gengar and put it in the dirt, something like that. So Sentinel Scourge could potentially be a problem for this build too, but we'll see. Now I'm actually really regretting not bringing Araquanid. But we'll see. I think Avalugg will be fine here. Serves as a spinner, serves as a bulky Recovermon. All that good stuff. I think Avalugg will do well for us. And then lastly, we have Haxorus, rocking out with the Lumberry, Dragon Dance, Dragon Claw, Earthquake, and Close Combat. We have on this guy, what's our investment for? I think it was, we have speed enough for max speed Dracovish, which you could definitely do because our King Lair is base 75 as well. If you wanted to, potentially speed that, try that thing. And we Oko max HP Weezing at +1 with Earthquake. So if he's not defensive, if he's like Spidef Weezing, we'll knock him out with the Volt Breaker Earthquake at +1, which is obviously super dope. And then we just threw the rest into attack, just to do as much damage as humanly possible. We're able to go Adamant this week, so this thing is a phenomenal win con. If we get up rocks, we get it to +1, we can potentially do a lot of damage. We do have to put that Ferrothorn into range of close combat. So this and, Big Kingler kind of work in tandem and trying to break through that Ferrothorn if it is Choppleberry. These two can, pop it for one or the other, and hopefully the other one can win. So hopefully we're able to either do the deal with Haxorus or our Ferrothorn there, which would obviously be really, really nice. We have our Lumberry for just potential annoying burns, stuff like that. We can set up on Ferrothorn potentially. We'll take one Gyro Ball at +1. I don't want to be Thunder Wave, so that's another reason that Lumberry is there. I didn't really want to boosting on him because I don't want to chip myself down. I feel like that'll be the end of the story for me with Iron Barb plus Life Orb chip and stuff like that. Don't want to really do that, but once we get it to +1, we determine what the Scarfers are and stuff like that. That's obviously really great for us. And we're obviously faster than the Scarf Dracovish at +1, which is really, really cool. But yeah, that's going to be the build. Hopefully we can take home a dub. I'm a little iffy about how I felt around the Dracovish, I'm going to be completely honest, but I'm already genned in. Battle's happening later today, so I don't think I'm going to necessarily make any big changes to the team now. It went good in the mock that I played, so hopefully we can play around that big guy to the best of our abilities. But yeah, that's going to be the build. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, be sure to, and you're new here, be sure to sub and stick around so you catch our game as it goes up tomorrow and all that good stuff, as well as the rest of our games this season. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Later.